Where do you think you'd be today if you hadn't joined the program?
I'd more than likely still be at Amazon just logging out. I've done a lot of different agencies. Even though I was getting a lot of leads before, I wasn't getting a good quality of leads. What these guys do is so different from everybody else. It's a really seamless process that is tailored towards my school. I mean, come on, when you have salespeople who call that are martial artists.
Life, how has getting these results, doubling the business, changed and impacted
Well,
that?
basically, once again, I'm only having to do this now. I'm not like having to work as an Amazon warehouse from 3:30 in the morning till 2, run.
Okay. Hey everyone, this is Gonzalo Zavalla, founder of Tomzy Media, and today I'm excited, super excited to interview one of my recent successful clients, Dave, actually, who has been able to go from 39 students to 75 in a little bit over 3 months, so about 3 months. They've joined me today to talk more about how they were basically able to do that. So thank you so much for coming on, Dave.
Of course.
Okay, beautiful. So just tell us a little bit about yourself, kind of like what's the name of your gym? What do you
We're
do?
at NAK Martial Arts. We're a Muay Thai gym in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Um, and we're about 2.5 years old. I had moved out. I had a school forever until COVID in California, and then had to work at somebody else's school in St. Louis. And then so I came down here about 2.5 years ago. Was having to work Amazon to keep it open. And then, especially with your guys' help, I was able to quit the Amazon and do this. I was doing it full time before. I was doing two jobs full time. So
Hmm. Right. Love that. Love the commitment, obviously. I guess like what big problems do you feel like you were dealing with before joining the program that now Phil has allowed you to leave
when
the
I
Amazon
had, it
job?
was even though I was getting a lot of leads before, I wasn't getting a good quality of leads. And also the fact that nowadays you have to contact people within like 5 minutes, which when you're working another job, that's really hard to do.
Very true.
Back in
Yeah.
the day, as long as you got back to them the same day, you were fine. But now if you don't contact them within 5 minutes, they forget that they even opted in. So
Very true, 100%. Okay, well, I mean, like, I guess like before, w with this joining and everything that you had to struggle with, obviously beforehand, it's very, sometimes it can be very difficult to move a martial arts business and build something from scratch. I guess like what were the main differences when it comes to your life specifically that you've seen have happened since you've been able to join, since you've been able to get actual quality leads without needing to speak to them, all of that, and actually get them through a door? What have been like the big changes other
well,
than
I can focus
leaving
more on the
the
business itself rather than like having to call people back 500 times to try to get a hold of them. Well, especially because nobody answers the phone. So, as most business owners now know, you have to text back and forth. And also, try and, since I had to do it on my own, I have to figure out like how can I, what verbiage to use to get them to respond, which you guys do a lot better. Because yeah, I can talk to somebody on the phone and get them to come in to lead, but nowadays it's so much harder to get someone on the phone to all the sales processes I've used for decades just don't really work anymore because you can't get anybody on the phone.
Yeah, that's very true. And the kind of the race for attention is a lot more kind of pronounced now than it was before. So people you actually
Yeah,
need.
even like a couple of years ago, as it used to.
Yeah, yeah. So you actually need to give people a reason to be interested. You need to actually be persuading them, selling them on the value of martial arts instead of just, hey, there's this free thing or there's this special event. And actually,
Yeah,
yeah.
and you can't do it, and you have to do it in text format or photo and text format, which is more challenging.
Yes, that's also very true. Very good point. All right. Well, I mean, I guess with all of that, like, why did you choose to work with us specifically over all of the other programs and companies?
Well, we talked, and I felt that you understood what you're doing, and the idea that you're partnering with us rather than just a lot of these ad agencies. When you say, "Hey," they always blame like the client when people don't enroll. But if you're getting people that either can't afford it or aren't properly pre-framed when they come in, then it's that much harder to do the sales process.
Very true. Like,
I mean, if
again,
I've got somebody who's having trouble making a car payment, they're not gonna, do martial arts on top of it.
yeah, 100%. Very true. And that obviously goes into the qualifying process, making sure that it's not only like financially qualified, also a culture fit, and also actually, like you said, just making sure that they're coming in with the right mindset, right? Which is
Yeah,
extremely important.
exactly.
All
Because
right.
then it makes it a lot easier to do the selling process.
Yes, very true. Well, I mean, what do you love most about the program? Obviously, before the this interview began, we were talking about the fact that obviously we're very quick to respond. Typically, respond within 5 minutes. And now we just mentioned the fact that
Also, access to you and your people in that other agencies I've used, yes, I'd have like a dedicated sales rep, but I almost felt like I don't know if they were, but I felt like they were just like entry level employee types
Hmm,
where you know they were doing they were following a script or something, but it was I didn't feel like if I have a problem or I need something, I can get a hold of you or someone who I knows what they're talking about pretty quickly, as opposed to just a set
just someone that has
like the
had.
ads are all like like doesn't matter mine versus somebody else. So, yeah, they might adjust it for stylistically, but not necessarily culturally or
Very true. Like if something comes up outside of the script, they might be like a little bit more like out on the water. Okay, well, I mean,
right.
why do you think that works so well for you? I mean, why is that kind of like one of the things that you love most?
Well, for the fact that I've, too many martial arts schools, I think, try to be these cookie cutter success places. And I think the problem with that is it's not necessarily, that's not what makes a real small business, it makes franchises successful. But small business, how to stand out, you have to have a truly unique, you have to be unique. And if you can't show that you're unique, then why go to me as opposed to karate or whatever, or BJJ, Kung Fu, whatever. Or even if I had another Muay Thai gym in the area, which luckily, like all the places that have Muay Thai are actually in the BJJ school, so it's not quite the same. But even if I did, it'd be how I differentiate myself from those places.
No, very good point. 100%. Okay. Well, I mean, could you just very quickly like run us through the results that you've gotten from implementing what we do and what we teach and everything? Just very quickly, kind of give us the bird's eye view.
Um, yeah, you guys find out kind of what we're about, and then you show us all the sales scripts, everything you're going to be using. And the great thing is that software, which I've used before, but the way you guys are implementing it makes it pretty easy to look at what leads are coming in, what conversations you've had with each other. So I'm kind of well versed. So when they come in, I know what they've talked about with who's talked to them or tech quote unquote talk to them since they're most likely texting.
Hmm.
I know they've talked about the process, what they expect. Um, it just makes a really seamless process that is tailored towards my school.
All right.
I don't feel it's
Right.
just cookie cutter like everybody has the same thing I do.
Yeah. But again, when it comes to like students specifically and their results, like apart from the sales process and everything, like it's from 39 to 74 students, right?
Right.
Right. Okay. And that obviously it's almost double.
Yeah, well, because I mean, I was getting as many probably leads before, just I wasn't able to convert most of them if they came in. I'm having a much better show rate, and the ones that are showing are definitely not only interested. A lot of people are interested, but they can't afford it. So
Well,
they're the right people are coming in with the right reasons,
well, absolutely.
which makes it
Okay.
easier to convert.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's how you've been able to actually, get results month after month instead of
Yeah.
just having leads that lead nowhere. Okay. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, for an agency, yeah, they're proud of leads they bring, but that doesn't necessarily do anything for me. I got to make sure for leads that can convert.
Right. It's kind of like
And
what we were talking
and
about.
the quality of leads you guys give me. I mean, given at first, it took a week or two to, or maybe even a little longer to adjust. But once that happened, it just was night and day.
Yes, yes. And a lot of the times like what happens is that people just think that leads are the be all end all, right? We were talking about this earlier. It's like, oh yeah, you only need leads. When in reality, nowadays leads pretty much mean nothing, right? Because they're just names and numbers. If people aren't actually picking up the phone, if you aren't actually getting people through the door and they come in excited, ready, financially qualified, all of that, then it's not going to mean anything. So I guess I should probably ask, like before we move on to something else, like I guess when it comes to you personally in your personal life, how has getting these results, doubling the business, changed and impacted
Well,
that?
big thing, well, once again, I'm only having to do this now. I'm not like having to work as an Amazon warehouse from 3:30 in the morning till 2, run over to go teach, try to enroll or call leads between then, and clear
Right.
and and
Just
all my
being
free
able to
time.
do what you love full
Yeah,
time, think about it, not have to worry about anything else.
and I also have like some time myself afterwards too. Even though I love what I do, I need downtime too.
Yeah, very true. Very true. Okay. Well, I mean, where do you think you'd be today if you hadn't joined the program?
I'd more than likely still be at Amazon, just logging out, trying to get 3 to 5 leads a month. Hopefully, nobody else quit.
Mm, okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, last question I've got for you, Dave, and this is speaking directly to the person that might be watching this. Like, imagine there was someone watching you right now, and they were on the fence about booking a call to speak with us with the program, or even they were on the fence of signing up, and they were, kind of in a position where there's a little bit of that fear, a little bit of that uncertainty. What would you say to them?
That I've done a lot of different agencies, both with myself and also when I was working for a franchise the last couple of years. What these guys do is so different from everybody else. It's all the other ones are pretty much just. I mean, they may have their slight different gimmicks, but they're how they operate is totally different. I mean, come on, when you have salespeople who call that are martial artists as opposed to somebody in India or Pakistan or whatever,
Hmm.
it's very different. Because like some of now the other ad agencies are now saying, yeah, we'll make calls for you, but they're doing the call center type people.
The VAs in the
Myself included,
Philippines.
I hate getting somebody I know is calling from
Yeah.
you
That's
can
so
barely
true.
understand.
And you're like, oh my God, here it is again, the same thing. They're gonna tell you the same things. Like you just get multiple a day, and you're like, oh my God, you don't even pick up anymore, even though you don't
But it
want to do
shows
it.
that you guys are ahead of the curve because before all the agencies wouldn't, they're like, you need to have you do it yourself or your employees. But now they're trying to say, hey, we'll take that. We know the call stuff is hard. We'll take it over. But
Hmm.
once again, now, even though they're doing that, they're not, you guys are using more professionals doing it as opposed to, of
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. And obviously, Dave, thank you so much
course.
for the interview. Really, really appreciate you coming on and sharing your experience. Now, if you're watching this right now and you're interested in working together or you have questions about the program, whatever it may be, I want you to book a call right now by clicking the link below. You should find it below this video. On the call, we can do a deep dive on like a specific solution for you and see what a custom game plan would look like for you, like we did for Dave here, just a couple months ago. It was. It seems like was just yesterday. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon.